Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Woman in Black 2. Unfortunately, I have to start this review off with a huge disclaimer. When I saw this film, I was in a packed theater on opening night full of younger kids or older teenagers, whatever you want to call them, that were so loud, obnoxious, and rude that it completely harpooned my film-going experience. So my review is a little bit skewed because I was not able to completely immerse myself into the film. I kept getting pulled out, and in a horror film that relies so heavily on atmosphere and tension, it's so hard to get an actual bead on a movie when people just keep yelling and screaming and talking and all this nonsense. But I'm gonna do the best I can to bring you a fair review. So let's just jump right in, shall we? Now, I actually enjoyed The Woman in Black. Was it the scariest movie? No, not really, but I thought it really did a great job of building an atmosphere and being creepy and just something cool to experience, and I thought it was really well crafted. And I think The Woman in Black 2 is a nice successor to that film. Although I was distracted, I still was sucked into the atmosphere continually throughout the movie. I enjoyed being a part of the creepiness. This place is just creepy, this story is just creepy, the whole atmosphere is creepy. And I love that. I love when films, even if they don't pay off on ultimate scares, can build this creepy, weird atmosphere for you to just live in and experience for an hour and a half. And The Woman in Black 2 does a great job of that. Along with the atmosphere, the movie was expert at building up good tension and building up good tension and building up good tension, leading into scares or leading into moments. And again, that's what makes a horror movie, is tension followed by scares that give actual payoff. And then really successful horror movies leave you scared that night before you go to bed alone in your room. Unfortunately, this movie doesn't quite reach that ultimate successful horror movie, but it does check off two of the more important boxes of atmosphere and tension. I also thought that the acting cast was good. They were strong. I thought our lead actress was good. She's a good crier, a good screamer, and that's really what you ask for in these horror movies. And the cinematography, I thought, was really great. Set design, cinematography, the whole look and aesthetic was gorgeous to look at. However, I also had a few problems with The Woman in Black 2. It relies heavily on jump scares. So I think that this time around they realized that the first movie didn't have all that many jump scares and they didn't have like hugely, scream moments for the audience. So they jam-packed a lot into this movie. A lot of them worked and then some of them didn't. And some of them were very cheap. Most of them were a little bit cheap. But some were very cheap, and a couple of them were well-crafted jump scares. I'm not complaining too much because I think jump scares do make for a fun horror movie, and especially when you're in a theater and in an audience and people are screaming and jumping, it's fun. It makes for what you want in a horror movie, which is the experience of living through it and getting scared. And jump scares lend themselves to that type of experience. But usually when you rely on them heavily, it kind of veils the fact that this isn't an overall scary film. Saying that, I think the film ultimately misses the mark of being a great scary movie. I would definitely say it's good, but you forget about it pretty much the next day. You're not scared, you're not dreaming of The Woman in Black, just like the first movie, and you kind of just move on with life. It doesn't stick with you. It doesn't haunt you for the rest of your night and the next day, and you're not going to remember it come the end of 2015. So that's where it fails. And while I think we definitely cared about some of the characters and we got to like some of the characters, overall the script was very flimsy and we were ultimately delivered with some hugely cheesy dialogue. The actors did as well as they could, but really some of these lines were so terrible that I laughed. And that's, again, never a good sight in a scary movie when you're just like laughing at what people are saying or laughing at situations. So, overall, I'd say this is a good, fun time at the movies. If you like horror films, I definitely recommend this. I don't think you'll regret it. It's not the biggest game changer. It's not the best scary movie I'm sure you'll see this year. But it's a fun, scary time at the movies. You'll jump, you'll scream a couple times. And I think you'll have fun with it. They make stupid decisions, just like every horror film does. But if you're a fan of the genre, it definitely delivers enough to keep you hanging on until the next scary movie's released. If you're not a horror fan, you think they're stupid, don't go see this. It will just kind of play into all of the tropes that you already don't like. If you're interested, I definitely say go to an evening session, because scary movies are always more fun when you watch them in the dark. And if you're not, you could definitely skip this one. So, that has been my review of The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below. Subscribe to the channel so you're always up to date. And join in on the conversation in the comment section or up on Twitter. Have you seen The Woman in Black 2? What did you think? Are you a scary movie fanatic or not so much? I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!